Hiya crafters, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I am so excited to share my new favorite tool with you. You guys, I got a new glass mat. This is from Glassboard Studio. I did purchase it myself, but I reached out to tell them how amazingly happy I was with their product, and they offered for me to have a coupon for you guys. So if you use coupon code Amy'sWares20, then you'll save 20% on your complete order. So they have these glass boards, they have really cool whiteboards, these super heavy duty magnets. But let's jump into this board. As you can see, there are grid lines and obviously inch marks along the outside perimeter. This is the 18 by 24 inch. There are different options in the shop. You can go bigger or smaller than that. There's all different colors, white, black, and even some with pretty flowers. So I think you can even customize them. So lots of options. This is a small business in Utah, and I am stoked. Now, my favorite component, and probably the biggest reason I opted to get this, to spoil myself for this little year-end purchase, was because the whole back is magnetized. So obviously glass is not magnetic, but they found a way to make it magnetized under the 1/4 inch thick tempered glass, and with these super heavy duty, really ergonomically friendly magnets, it holds it down beautifully. So I'm not going to say it can't shift on you. If you come at it like a lumberjack, you might, which, you know, I'm guilty of from time to time, but I haven't experienced a lot of that yet, and it is doing an exceptional job of holding the card panel in place. I think it would shift more if you went thicker, like with working directly on a card base, but again, I still haven't really experienced anything more than normal. I still feel like it's holding it better in place than other things I've experienced. So you can see here, I don't have a magnet in the lower left, so I'm using my hand, but beyond this, you can see I'm going one-handed, folks. I mean, it is holding it down that well. It is so exciting, and I love these magnets. They look like, I don't know, is that Life? The game of Life? Is that the one with the pieces like this? But I don't know, I just really like them, and you can get those in all different colors too. But anyway, I'm just working through this panel. And do stick around to the end. I'll show you the 2 finished cards. This video is mainly about showcasing the glass board, but I do want to give you some little finished cards at the end so you can see what I was able to turn these into. So I'm just working through with these couple colors, and you can see I'm kind of varying my pressure, darker in the center, going more light-handed as I move outward, but this is not moving on me. I'm kind of just bumping the magnets out of the way as I ink blend close to them, but the actual panel itself has not shifted on me. So super helpful. I love it. So I'm just going to remove these here, and I will show you the ink blending from this gorgeous corner bloom stencil. Decided I want to add a little bit more pink in that lower left, but look at this. So pretty. This is one of my favorites from the shop. That's another small woman-owned business. If you're not familiar, A Colorful Life Designs in Texas. She manufactures and makes all the stencils herself. So I have a coupon as well, AmyFan10. If you shop there, you can save 10% on your complete order. But look how easily everything cleans up. Glass is so beautiful to work on that way. It's so great for any gel mediums or glitter mediums or watercolor brush pens, watercolors, anything like this. So you can see here's another example of a way you can use it. I'm just smushing down these ink pads. So I have that same set of mini ink pads from Catherine Pooler, and this smush technique will work with really anything. You could do it with your distress inks, your distress oxides, any kind of water-based ink, you can do this sort of technique. And I'm just spritzing water on it and picking it up with this panel. Now this is actually watercolor. I believe it's probably Canson XL, so it's not an expensive, you know, high-end watercolor or anything like that. I just wanted to have something that could, you know, handle the water. But basically I'm just smushing it right down on the glass mat. And then ultimately I'm going to work in layers to kind of build up the color and add layers of interest into this background. But you'll see I'm just going to use my my stamp chamois. It's basically just like a what you would wipe off a car with, that sort of like rubbery sort of cleaner, and it just wipes everything right off. You could use whatever you usually use to clean your surface and it will come off in a jiffy. So now here's another benefit of working on a glass mat is it can handle heat. You don't have to worry about kind of melting your glass mat if you have I don't know, some other sort of, maybe like a self-healing mat or something like that. I don't know that it could handle the heat, but you could do your heat embossing. You can do everything with your heat tool right on the glass mat and it's going to be just fine. So you can see I'm just going to work through again. I want to add a little bit more color, a little bit more saturation. So I'm just using varying levels of water just to kind of achieve the look that I want. But this is a fun technique just to kind of create a bunch of backgrounds, or maybe you're in a crafty slump and you don't really know what to make, but you want to play with your crafty goodies. This is fun to just smush some ink down onto your glass mat and go to town. Like I said, if you have Zig clean color pens or like Artezas or Corinne markers, anything like that, you can smush down and basically just use your craft mat as your palette. So super easy, quick, nice cleanup. And yeah, game changer. I love it. So I love the fact that it's 18 by 24 inches. It makes a big difference for me, not only to have that extra workspace, but for filming. Those few inches really do make a big difference in how high I can kind of bring my camera up and show you what I'm working on. So again, I'm just going to dry this off, and I was able to get some really cool texture on this last little smushing bit, but do stick around. I'll show you the finished cards in just a moment here. You can see I used a really pretty stitched edge rectangle die on both of these panels. It's from a company called LDRS, yet another small business in Michigan, and that cut it down slightly smaller than A2 size, and I attached them to A2 size card bases of 110 pound Nina Classic Crest Solar White. And both of the sentiments, as well as that floral stamp, came from this gorgeous, huge floral. I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, I will link it below. It's from Simon Says Stamp. You can see it's well loved. But I used that stamp on the green panel with the same green color, and it tied together perfectly with the ink smushing. So 2 super quick and easy cards. I hope you enjoyed this demo of this new magnetized glass mat from Glassboards. I am to the moon excited. So thank you so much for sticking around and checking it out. Do be sure to use my coupon if you take the plunge and get one of these beauties. It'll save you 20% on your complete order. So thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll catch you next time. Bye.